Emotions are going to cloud your judgment and often lead you to make impulsive actions that result in poor trading performance. So the best way to help eliminate the risk of those emotions making the decisions for you is to solely focus on following a well thought out trading plan or a step-by-step process that will guide you no matter what situation the market throws at you, so you can always maintain your edge. I want to go back to how a casino always maintains their edge. We know that in the game of roulette, the casino has a 5.4% edge over the players, which means they're going to win 52.7% of the time when the game is played over thousands of spins, which ensures the casino will be profitable over the long term. But this only works if the game is played the same way with the exact same rules every single time. If the customer were to get on a hot streak and the casino loses multiple bets in a row, the one thing that the casino doesn't do is start getting emotional about it and start changing the rules of the game because they're experiencing some short-term losses. They don't take away those two green numbers on the board. They don't increase or decrease the payout ratio, and they don't increase or decrease the maximum bet limit, because those rules are designed to ensure the casino's profits in the long run. All they have to do is simply follow a strict set of rules every single time, win or lose. But simply following a set of rules with perfection is a lot easier said than done. We have such a strong emotional tie to money that it can cause us to break our rules very easily. It can cause us to jump into trades too early, too late, sell too early, sell too late, revenge trade, overtrade, oversize our positions, undersize our positions, or play low odds setups just for the sake of making a trade. These are some of the most common mistakes that traders make, and you'll most likely make these same mistakes many times. I've been trading since 2013, and sometimes I still make these mistakes. I'm a lot better at controlling myself than I was during my first few years of trading, but every once in a while, I do slip up and break my rules. I'm not even sure if it's even possible to completely remove emotions from trading and never slip up. We are human, none of us are perfect, so mistakes are bound to happen. That is why we have a risk management plan in place for the times we make mistakes. But I do believe that there is a way to help keep your emotions under control so that you are always sticking to your rules and making rational decisions the vast majority of the time. A major turning point in my career, I believe, came when I decided to change my perspective about trading. Instead of focusing on the money, obsessing about the outcome of my last few trades, or worrying about how much I was up or down in a current trade, or worrying about how much I could have made if I would have done this or that, or worrying about meeting a certain profit goal for the month, I instead just focused on following my rules that I laid out for myself. It didn't matter what the outcome of my last trade was or what opportunity I might have missed out on. My sole purpose was just executing my rules perfectly every single time. And you know what happened once I started doing this? I started to become more patient. I was much calmer before, during, and after trades. I was more disciplined. I was able to make more rational decisions more often. And as a direct result of that, my performance increased dramatically. I wasn't letting emotions get in the way to cause me to make a bunch of mistakes that kept my account from growing. Since we have such a strong emotional tie to money, we have to remove the money aspect of trading. I know that sounds weird because we are literally dealing with money and it's the whole reason why we're in this business, but I believe the biggest contributing factor to people breaking their rules is that they are too focused on money and too focused on short-term results. So you have to develop this mindset that money is a byproduct of executing your rules perfectly. Execute your plan perfectly every time, and the money will come as a result. One trick that I do that helps me get in the right mindset is taking about 5 minutes or so before the market opens and then close my eyes and just imagine myself going through each step of my process perfectly. I imagine selecting only the stocks that meet my criteria, analyzing the stock's target potential correctly, playing the right confirmation pattern, calculating my entry, stop loss, and position size correctly, and then executing all of those steps perfectly, making no mistakes. And then I think about the satisfaction that comes afterwards. How proud I am for sticking to the rules of my plan, even though the market tried to get me to do something different. And then when I open my eyes My sole focus throughout the day is just achieving that one goal of perfecting my step-by-step process that I envision myself doing. I think by doing that every day, it kind of reinforces this belief that I can execute my plan without any mistakes. And by visualizing myself doing it beforehand, I'm more likely to actually follow through with it. Now, the one thing I'm not doing is thinking about all the joy I would have making all this money, because then I'm just focusing on the money again. The market doesn't have to provide you with money every single day. It decides when you will get paid and how much. That's something that you have no control over. But what you do have control over is how well you follow your rules and how well you execute the process you use to decide what to trade and how to trade it. If you start the trading day with this belief that you're going to make all this money, then that is when you'll most likely act on emotion and make mistakes. So the key to not making mistakes is just focusing on following your rules and trading plan perfectly every single time. It doesn't matter if the last trade you took was a win or loss. It doesn't matter if you missed out on making money. It doesn't matter if the market didn't provide you with any opportunities that day or over the last few days. Just focus on planning quality trades, staying patient, and sticking to the plan. I promise you'll see your account balance grow if you do. I hope you all learned something, and I'd like to thank you so much for watching.